How do you think Labour are going to do in the next election?
Well, like most citizens, I have no idea. The election is as wide open as it's ever been in recent political history. At present, they lead in the polls. At present, their poll rating is such that it's conceivable they could form a single-party government. If the election was held today and the polls replicated themselves in a uniform swing, it's possible that they could form a minority government, and it's possible that they could form a coalition with the Liberal Democrats. So at the moment, they're leading the pack, but it's far too early to tell what will happen, given the fact that we have a multi-party political system at present, that means that it's much less likely that a party, such as Labour or the Conservatives, will have sufficient strength to form a single-party government. But at the moment, they're ahead of the pack.
Do you feel that Ed Miliband's approval rating, public approval rating, being quite low at the moment, lower than Farage's and Cameron's, do you feel that's going to implement his chances of getting into power?
Yes, I think it will have a significant impact on the Labour campaign, which is why it's too early to tell. At present, the electorate is extremely volatile, and it's no longer tied to parties in the way that our parents and grandparents were tied. And so what a lot of electors do is make judgments of parties, first of all, on the policies they offer, and secondly, on the quality of their leaders. And so the fact that Ed Miliband presently has the second worst poll rating of any party leader ever, the one exception being Michael Foot in 1983, will have a significant impact upon the Labour campaign. The only case you can make is that he's competing to be the least unpopular party leader. No party leader is popular.
No.
And so all party leaders are presently with a drag on their party, on the ticket. And Ed is presently a bigger drag than most. And I can't help but think, particularly in terms of the horse race, if there are televised debates next year, that he will have a negative impact. As things stand, it's very hard to imagine that he'll be able to change his narrative 4 years into his leadership. Pretty much most British people who address the question have made their mind up about it. So, and his poll ratings are pretty poor. He's very able and very talented, so he could do much better in the debates than we imagine. But it's hard to see how you would change the popular narrative that a majority of the British people have formed the opinion, a large majority, up to 80%, if you include don't knows, think he's not up to the job of being Prime Minister, and that can only be damaging.
And do you think the blunder at the party conference is just another step in the wrong direction for Ed?
I think much is made of that by those of us who watch Westminster politics, who either live in or peek in from the outside the Westminster bubble. Yes, I don't think many electors are wandering around the shops or their workplaces today saying, I can't vote for Ed Miliband, he memorised that speech and forgot two important parts. But it was certainly the case that the conference speeches, of which much is made, and most people they're forgotten in days. I mean, Cameron made a very good one, and we've gone back to the same old dialogue with the Tories in second place to Labour. So much is made of them. So I wouldn't say that was in any way a defining moment or a turning point, but it was certainly a missed opportunity, one amongst many. And it was all gimmicky, wasn't it? To memorise your speech and wander around as if you're talking from your heart. He just mismemorised.
It seems like a massive waste of time to me.
Terribly wrong.
Yeah, I was just saying, it seems like a massive waste of time to me, but...
no, it's a total joke. I mean, an absolute joke. I mean, that's how they operate, the political leaders now. They bandwagon. Cameron did it to great success in a short 20-minute speech or so when he was seeking the leadership to the Tory party conference, and now everybody says to do it. Churchill used a script, endlessly rewrote his speeches. Randolph said that Churchill devoted, his son said that he devoted hours of his life to the preparation of his extemporaneous speeches. And Cameron uses a teleprompter, and it's absurdity. You're absolutely right, a total waste of time. And a very great worry that a political leader would do that.